Amazing, beautiful people, and welcome back to another Oshi No Ko reaction video. Oh my word, I can't believe we don't have that many episodes left of this season. It's supposed to be 11 or 12. Either way, we're nearing the finale. I have no idea where this is gonna go. We've got AQUA going off the freaking rails. We still don't have any kind of like connected bridge between Ruby and AQUA on this situation. Everyone is getting turned out. Kanna's no longer part of it. Akane is no longer part of it. Everything is just seeming wild and crazy, and the end of last week's episode blew my freaking mind, and I'm shocked I didn't see it coming. By the way, just a little bit of a heads up, tomorrow you'll have a double Jujutsu Kaisen reaction, and on Friday a double Free Ren reaction, so we can catch up and start reacting to those weekly again. But for now, I'm going to stop talking. Please like the video, please subscribe for more. Huge thank you to all the support this series has been getting. And let's just jump into easily the craziest anime I'm watching at the moment, with Oshi No Ko Season 3, Episode 9.
俺みたいな映像制作者が映画をスクリーンに流すためにはいくつかのステップを踏む必要がある。
Do they not know about the death of the actor?
映画プロデューサーの助力を得る。
How much time has passed?
お金稼ぎの時間だよ。企画書は僕の方で整えておいたから、君は作品への思いを語ってくれればいい。
So there's kind of two paths here. I imagine based on what I'm looking at right now, there's one path. I was going to say there's two paths where they find out about the death and this causes controversy and the movie production gets halted while things start moving that direction. Or what I think is going to happen based on this room of producers that we're looking at here, that's just going to be a small speed bump in the production of this movie. And the rest of what we're going to see is this movie being made. I don't know how that fits in with the killer storyline though. How's he going to be involved in this?
一本の映画を作るのに必要な金はだいたい2億から3億。
Random question as well. How close is this to the manga? Have they changed anything, or is it pretty much still like page for page? A movie takes around 200 to 300 million yen to make.
こういった制作費はいくつかの会社から出資を募り、権利や収益の分配を行う。いわゆる制作委員会方式だ。その3、配給会社へのプレゼン。配給会社の力によって使えるスクリーンの数は変わってくる。規模の大きい作品にしたければ、より力のある配給を通したい。な。くそ、大手は全滅か。
内容がセンシティブだからね。大手は好まないよ。まあ、こういう危なっかしい作品を好む配給もあるから、気長に行こう。
Any project like this is going to be a gamble for any big brands because it is a controversial topic to approach and it's still very new, like they're pointing out. Doing something like this could always be seen as seedy, but luckily they've got all the right people attached to the project.
大丈夫。そろそろかかるはずさ。
冠城はフリーのプロデューサーだ。配給会社所属ではないので、企画の持ち込みをしなければならない。しかし、各社の総当たりができる強みもある。必ず作品を世に出したいという時、こういう男は頼りになる。
次が本命だよ。
Curious, would they actually sit in the same room when they first read the draft? You would imagine it would have been sent over in advance. Maybe this is more for appearances.
何やるにも金だな。
Another no, was it?
自主制作の方が良かったかい？
そういうわけじゃないけどさ。
ねえ、スマホ1台あればいくらでも映像作品が作れてネットに公開できるこの時代に、あえて劇場にこだわる理由って何？
決まってる。そこじゃないとムーブメントの中心は狙えないからだよ。社会現象って呼べるほどのムーブメントを起こせるのは巨額の金が動くコンテンツしかありえない。
社会現象ね。かの五反田監督がそんなに大きな野望を抱えてたとは。
物作ってたら誰でも思うことだろう。より多くの人により長く。
This is very true, right? If you think about like movies in the cinema, it's only with like those theatrical releases and the cinema releases that sort of push it to the wider eyes, and then it can trickle down to every other social area after that.
100年後も評価される作品を作れたらって。
クリエイターだね。僕は100年後の人間が言う昔の作品なのにすごいなんて上から目線の評価に興味ないけど、ま、お金になるなら何でもいいかな。
背筋主義者め。
さあ、お仕事はこれだけじゃないよ。
So that one they just saw.
その4、キャスティング。
Or did he say yes?
看板役者次第で収益は何億と変わる。誰を積もれるかで成否が決まることも多い。けど、売れてる役者はスケジュールを抑えるのが難しいし、断られることも多い。本当は主演にと思ってた子がもう一人いたんだけど。
なんかあったのか？
ドタキャンされちゃってね。噂じゃ音信不通とか聞いたけど。
I guess she did go mountain climbing. So it might be difficult to like find and retrieve her body. I didn't even think about that. I automatically assumed she'd be found straight away and it'd be headline news.
何があったんだろうね。それでもキャスト候補は僕が過去に仕事を振ったり世話した中から今第一線でやってる子たちを並べてある。こういう時のため
AQUA's
に
one of the
恩を売って
biggest
きた
names.
僕の仕事の集大成だよ。さて、このうちの何人が恩を返してくれるだろうね。
You wouldn't think it because they live quite
役者や出
ordinary
資者のコネ
lives.
クションをつなぎ続け、映像制作に関する工程すべての知識を持ち、現場全体のケアと牽引をする。ひょうひょうとやってのけるが簡単なことじゃない。口を開けば金の話しかしない人だけど、情熱がなきゃできない仕事ばかりしてる。
ゴータンダ監督、社会現象を起こせる作品、本当に期待してるよ。そうなれば、僕も大儲けだ。
背筋主義者め。
究極の選択。
So now they've got to work out who to cast as I think we all know where it's going, right? Surely it's going to be Ruby. I can't imagine it being anyone else, right? The only other possibility would be AQUA, but I can't see that either. But then again, AQUA is a fan favorite character, and if AQUA isn't cast in this movie, then AQUA is not going to be part of Oshi No Ko anymore, based on her confrontation with AQUA. So the only way to keep AQUA in this entire series would probably be to cast her as I. So based on that, I've changed my mind. I'm going AQUA.
1、タランチュラまみれの落とし穴に落とされる。2、マシンガンで全身蜂の巣にされる。3、隕石が落ちてきてものすごい勢いでぺちゃんこにされる。この中ならどれがいい？
First one. That's the only one that has like a
いいから答え
survivability
なさ
rate.
いよ。
じゃあ3の隕石。一思いに死ねた方がしんどくない。
Wait, is it you have to die?
残念。1以外を選んだ人はアホです。タランチュラは噛まれても痛いだけで毒はないんです。
Kana is my girl. That's why Kana is my girl. I love that. Yeah, number one's the only one with survivability rate.
アクア頭悪い。
You've got shit
お
for
前は性
brains.
格が悪いけどな。
Amazing.
アクアってあの星のアクア？やば。ずらかるわよ。
Uh-oh.
あんたも有名になったもんね。人前でおいそれと名前を呼ぶのもはばかられるようになるなんて。
あの記事が出て以来は特にな。それだけ愛の事件は人の心に残るものだったということだ。
AQUA definitely seems to have calmed down, at least on
で
the
も困ったわ
surface.
ね。外で名前呼ぶときどうしたら。あーくん。これなら人前でも大丈夫でしょ？
Look at her little cheeky
何
smile.
よ、あんたの平穏のために言ってるんじゃない。まあ、こうなったのも私を守ってくれたからだし。
I think AQUA's had a crush on Kana for years, if I'm being real. I reckon he's always liked her. And which is actually kind of sad to think that he avoided making anything public with her because he wanted to keep her safe, but was quite happy to put AQUA in danger. Maybe that's because AQUA is quite hard, you know, like she's quite tough. So maybe it's a bit safer. Maybe that's what he thought.
誤解しないでよね。彼女面してるとかじゃないから。あくまで大事な友達だと思ってる。
Wonder if she's being honest there or lying.
異
Does
性
she
とし
actually
て
feel
と
like
か
that?
絶対ない。そもそもあんたは彼女持ちなんだし。
茜とは別れたけどな。
ああ、そう。黒川茜とは別れ。
Oh my god.
余計なこと言った。貴重なチャンスを私は。
I love Kana so much, man. She's so nuts. Fucking Kana. I love it. The voice actor is brilliant as well. Like the instant switch there, like, huh, okay, absolutely fine. Nope, nope. In fact, you know, one more time.
そう。
Ah, so.
黒 白川茜とは別れ
The calmness. The calmness. Meanwhile, this behind the scenes. You blew it,
だ
Cannon.
から好きに呼んだらいい。
じゃあ私収録あるからまたねあーくん
とっとと行け。
Just get going.
あーくん
I love Cannon so much.
ふうふうふうまあまあこれ
あー
またあーくんだって随分と仲良くなったみたいですな
まあな。
かなちゃん最近元気になってきた
I
みた
love
いだ
Mem
ね
so much. Mem is just
私
such
と
an
しては
unsung
大
hero in
変
this
喜ばしい
anime.
ことなんだけどね
Big time.
でもまあちょっとあかねから別れたことは聞いてたけどさすがにいたたまれないというかどうにかうまいことやってもらえると大変助かるメムジョなわけで
心配には及ばない。俺はもう自分が幸せになろうなんて甘い考えを持っていない。
いやまあ恋人と別れた後ってそういう考えに陥りがちだけど幸せになる権利は誰にでもあるわけで
そういう話じゃない。
Another amazing voice actor. The voice actors are fucking phenomenal in Oshi No Ko. Everyone brings the roles to life so significantly. In every scene, everything hits harder. Even Mem right now, like the quiver in her voice, it's very emotional. Mem just has to be like praised by any Oshi No Ko fan. We have to just praise her. She is the best. Without Mem, so much darkness in this anime.
有馬とは
She's the light.
良好な関係を築いた方が都合がいいということだ。
We saw the eye. Oh man.
利用できるものは全て利用する。
I wish these two would just have a fucking conversation.
それがたとえ有馬だろうと。
Just chat! Just talk to each other!
計画は予定通りに進んでいる。
Oh, for the love of God!
愛、君の本当の願いを僕が叶えてみせる。
まるで悲劇のヒーローだね
She's back. The Crow Lady is back. The Crow Lady is back. This is something I keep saying. You always forget that there's like a fantasy, supernatural element to Oshi No Ko. Like they've literally been reincarnated. You forget that sometimes because it doesn't feel like that. It feels like a drama anime. And then you add this crazy motherfucker. Who the hell even is this? Some god? Are they responsible for the reincarnation? Is it like some freaking Mushoku Tensei shit going on here? What is this person's deal? They're back! Oh, I've been waiting to see them again.
星のアクア
Aqua's first introduction as well. This is exciting.
先輩卒業おめ
And
で
they
とうご
cut
ざい
away
ます
from it. I'm not mad at all.
これで晴れて高卒だね私には散々大学行けとか言ってるくせに結局自分は受験もしないで決めたの私の人生に学歴はいらない女優としてこの芸能界に骨をうずめる覚悟ができたから
Sounds right.
夏のライブを最後にアイドルも卒業して役者に専念する B 小町の活動を糧に分かってる
Man, Ruby is scary.
笑顔で見送るものだからね
See, the thing is, Aqua, I feel like, has some kind of tact and heart. Ruby scares me. Ruby scares me more than Aqua does.
愛役だけどさ、知らぬい
Seeing
フ
that
リルが
dark star in
そう
their
だ
eyes really freaks you
脇
out.
役じゃなきゃスケジュール抑えられないって話じゃなかったか？
そうだったんだけど、予定してた作品が飛んだらしい。主演は作品の顔だからね。フリルちゃんなら知名度も十分。出資者からも押す声が出てるし、決めていいんじゃないかな。
Who's Frill? Who's Frill? Okay, maybe she isn't as scary as I thought she was. Or is this more scary? I don't know. You guys decide. Does this make her more scary or less scary? Because for me, definitely less scary. Now she seems kind of cute.
猫語話せるのか？
誰
五反田だ。忘れたか？
ああ監督だお久しぶりです
And also a little
最後
bit
に会った
insane.
のは15歳の誕生日だったか。
ママのビデオレターくれたよね懐かしい
遺伝子っていうのは本当に残酷だな。これほどまでに美人に育つとは。
Oh yeah, that's such a bad
どうしたの
thing.
もしかしてうちに用事
God, poor her. Look how cruel genetics are. She is absolutely beautiful. Such a shame. She could have been lucky and grown up being hideous, if only. That's what we all dream of. Just being hideous. That's all we want. Why is life so cruel?
ちょっと事務所に顔を合わせたくない人がいて。
All of us are so gorgeous. Especially you.
そういやなんか揉めてるって聞いたがお前らまだ
まだって。ママの秘密をあんな風に暴いて許せるわけないでしょ。
お前アクアから DVD の話聞いてないのか。
DVD?
Oh.
全部まとめて追っかぶるつもりか。シスコンが過保護にも程がある。あのだな、別にアクアは悪気があってやったわけじゃ。
This is the number one thing I want more in Oshi No Ko than anything else. I want Ruby to learn the truth. I want her to learn it all, and then I want her to confront AQUA, and I want these two to team up and just fucking scorch earth. That's what I want now, more than anything. I want these two evil mastermind geniuses to team up and avenge I. That's what I'm hoping for. That's what I want, and I hope that happens.
いいよ。アクアがどういうつもりであんなことしたのかはもう興味ない。結局誰も信用しちゃダメってことなんだよね。
Well, that's not a good thing to learn.
嘘をついているんだから。
すまんな。
Okay, that's clearly what he meant when he said genetics are cruel.
愛が子供を産んだのもこれくらいの年だったか。
On that age, well, she
今
wasn't. I
回
was
の映
younger.
画が動き出した契機になったのは2枚の DVD だった。
監督、これ預かっておいて。
何それ。
未来に向けたビデオレター。やってみたかったんだよね、こういうの。アクアとルビーが15歳になったら渡して。
また妙なことを始めたな。自分で渡せよ。
私が持ってたら絶対に紛失するでしょ。
確かに。
監督は中身見ちゃダメだからね。
Her presence was so strong, it feels like she never left this anime.
覚えてたら渡してやるよ。
If I remember.
絶対だよ。
俺はもっと考えるべきだった。なぜ15歳のアクアとルビーに当てたのか。なぜ DVD を2枚に分けたのか。なぜ愛はなくなる直前に俺にこの DVD を託したのか。その答えに気づいたとき、この企画を始める決意を固めた。
で、愛役は誰になったんだ。
冠城 P は知らぬいフリルを起用したいとのことだ。
知らないか。
This is something that I'm curious about as well, because it makes sense for producers and directors and everybody else to have some kind of idea who they want to play certain people in these movies, but there is a bigger plot than just the creation of this movie going on that we're all interested in, and that is obviously the killer. So, and the movie I'm guessing is going to play into that in some regards, so what does AQUA think about the casting in the movie?
人気あるからな。
だけど俺は、愛役に
Here's a big Ruby.
星野ルビーを
I knew it.
推したいと思っている。
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Well, I said Akane, but I knew he was going to say Ruby.
こんな感じでいいんですか？
Do you reckon that he hadn't made up his mind until he saw her in the street, and when she reminded him so heavily of I, that's when he realized that's who should play her?
どこかで演技学んでたの？
一応事務所に何度かレッスン受けさせられてました。あとは身内に演技やってる人が多いので見よう見まねというか。
そう、ありがとう。
失礼します。
Oh,
何の審査だったんだろう。
that was weird.
演技が全然できないって言うんなら話は早かったのに。また話をややこしくしてくれたね、五反田君。
見ての通りルビーは演技ができる。細
Ah.
かいところはこれから教えればいい。彼女を起用すれば愛の解像度も上がって作品としての意義が。
そういう話じゃないでしょ。作品の質とか意義とかはね、2番目なの。そろそろ分かろうよ。ムッとした顔するけどね、五反田君も大人なんだから理解してるでしょ。
That is some really good dialogue there. Sure, make all the faces you want. They give him a childish face, and then he says, "You're a grown man. You should understand this." That was a really good piece of dialogue there. Yeah, what is the problem here then? What matters most is that we repay the companies that have invested in us. Yeah, but if the movie quality is better, then surely it's going to bring in more money, right? And I imagine hiring Ruby to play I will probably be a financially cheaper option as well. But again, and Ruby is massively popular at the moment. She does have the star power. And it could like turn some heads. It could be a good financial decision. It does have its merits. Also, are they never gonna fucking... Oh, that was Friel! Ah, I didn't know her name was Friel. Oh man, this whole time. God, she would have been a cool choice. I like her. She looks like a snake turned into a human, and I kind of like that. She reminds me a lot of the snake woman from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a slime. Also, are we ever going to see what the fuck the conversation was with AQUA in the graveyard and the crazy woman, Raven Lady?
冠城 P の言っていることは正しい。
Yeah, I kind of agree.
作品の質どうのの話をするのは企画として商業的成功が見えた後だ。俺としてもこの作品はヒットしてもらわなくては困る。人には芸能界はアートの場じゃなくてビジネスの場と言ってるくせに自分のことは棚にあげるあたりなんだかな。まああの人たまたま映画の撮れるでっかい子供だからな。早く大人になってくれ。
Funny. Again, great dialogue.
ルビーは出たがらないだろう。あいつはまだ母の真実を語ることはできないはずだ。
This is Friel.
業界に
I hear they're arguing of the cast for Director Goslin's movie, but if they want it to be here, they gotta cast you. Blockbuster name for the win. Industry insiders.
よその内部事情にやたら詳しい人たちがいて、それを話のネタにタレントとつながりを保とうとする人も。
And many try to use that information to network us down. The fact that it's cut to her is a little bit worrying. Now I'm kind of worried that she's gonna get killed off. They're just gonna kill off everybody until Ruby's the only one cast.
聞くと時々自分の立ち位置に疑問を覚えることがある。ねえ、クレープ食べて帰らない？
あ、いいね。そしたらみなみにも。
ルビー、今日は内緒のお話。
Weird.
五番も監督の新作、台本読んだんだけど。
Love the subtitles. Nice. Cute.
もともと別役でオファー来てたんだけど、ちょうどスケジュール空いたから主演にスライドさせようって話が出てて。でも結局誰にするか揉めてるみたい。
あ、こないだ呼び出されたのそれか。
聞かされてなかったんだ。
Ah, do you reckon Frill knew that Ruby was the other choice? Based on what she just said there, my guess would be yes. But Ruby obviously had no idea. Either that, or she did have an idea and is playing the fool really well, which we all know she does play.
じゃあ、私とフリルちゃんでオーディションするってこと？
それは無理だよ。トップタレントに対してオーディションなんて絶対かけないのが日本の芸能界。オーディションが発生するのは脇役のキャスティングのみ。大人の人は私。
Showrunners can't compare people on my level.
みたいなのを同時に比較で
Is she
き
just being cocky here? Is Frill just
映
being
画
all
の主
cheeky?
演や作品の主題歌とかのオファーは基本的に一つ限り。同時並行は仁義として NG なの。断られて初めて次の候補の交渉に移る。主演級の仕事のオファーが数多く来る役者はあくまで仕事を選ぶ側なの。
Is this why you hear so many stories about like they'll say like Leonardo DiCaprio was originally offered this role, Will Smith was originally offered this role, because they design these movies with a person in their mind or want that person to be the lead role, and that happens quite a lot. But that person isn't always going to take the role, so then other people get a chance to. Is that why you hear that so much?
つまり面接官は私。有名タレントに対してオーディションなんて失礼千万。で、制作側も事務所側も考えてる。別にそんなことはないのにね。私たちもコネや知名度じゃなくて実力で選んでほしいのに。
トップスターにも悩みがあるんだね。
そうなの。いつも悩んでる。病む。私たちはいい作品を作るのが役目。なのに私たちのせいで作品の質が
Weird
落ちる
seeing
こと
Frill
が
vulnerable like this. This is a
役
first.
者は実力で選ばれるべき。そう思わない？だよね。
I wonder if she was thinking about Kanna here because she knows what an amazing actor Kanna is and wants Kanna to get more spotlight.
じゃあそうしようよ。
でも大人の人は私たちを同時に比較できないって。
大人の人たちはね、私たちが勝手にやる分にはどう？勝負しようよルビー。負けたらオファーを断る。そうすれば消去法で勝った人が選ばれるでしょ。言うならば個人間オーディション。
What kind of audition? My money is immediately 100% without a doubt. I like literally not even going to be close. Ruby's walking away with this.
こういうところって借りられるんだ。
100%.
お金のない劇団とか地下アイドルもよくレッスンに使ってるよ。こういう公民館って使用料が意味わからんくらい
What's
安いん
the
だよね。
what's the plan here
い
though?
くら？
2時間200円。
え？
2時間で200円。
意味わからんくらい安くない？
It is well
他人
cheap.
の血税が大量に使われた行政の箱物だからね。ありがたく使わせてもらおうね。
高額納税者の静かな怒り怖いな。
Kind of love Frill now. She's kind of the best. I don't know, all of a sudden Frill just seems based as fuck.
それで何するの？
Maybe it's the
個人間オーディショ
evil... I don't know.
ン。もしかして。
Saying, man, she looks kind of cool.
こういうこと？
Yeah.
そんな命がけのことしないよ。
No.
お待たせ。
Akane.
あかねちゃん。
これで揃ったね。主演候補。
ルビーちゃん、久しぶり。
I fucking called it. I fucking called it. I called it. I knew it. I knew it. Akane will get the role. I knew it. It's the only way to keep her in this anime. Without Akane getting the role, it's done. Akane is gonna walk this. I didn't know Akane was part of this. This is fuck. This is the thing that makes the most sense. This is why I said it. Akane is such a big character that she's been written out. If Akane doesn't get this role, she's not in the anime. That's that simple. She'll win. That's weird.
気まずいよ。
Oh, because of the breakup.
最近破局宣言出たばっかりだし。でも仮にも一度は姉と呼んだ関係、うまく対応しないと。アクアくん、元気にしてる？
I wonder what's going on with Akane
白根
here.
さん、これはどういう裏があるんですか？
裏？
五反田監督の新作の主演候補に私たちが上がってるんですよね。放っておけば白根さんにオファーが来るでしょ。こんな引っかき回すようなことをするのは。
Oh, Frill would have got the offer first.
そんなのないって。
嘘つき。
That is kind of curious. Frill would have got the offer first. Maybe this isn't Frill trying to get the offer. Frill definitely has different motives here. Because she would have got it either way, unless she wants it on merit.
結構疑り深いんだね。うん、まあ裏あるよ。ちょっとはね。
何？どんなの？
内緒。でも今回個人間オーディションをしようと思ったのは、ただ
Confusing.
単に私が気持ちよく仕事をしたいからってのが9割。やっぱこの役にふさわしいのは私だったなーって思いながら仕事したいから。
Okay.
興味ないな。
Partly though.
久々のオフなの。そういう感じなら私帰る。
相方はアクアさんだよ。
アクア？オーディションって言うけど、誰が審査をするの？
言ったでしょ、個人間って。私たちで決めればいい。
審査内容は？
まあ普通に役の演技すればいいんじゃない？
Who's AQUA playing? In Ai's life story, who the fuck would AQUA be playing? I didn't even know AQUA was fully cast in this. Makes sense, but I didn't know. This is crazy, by the way. The fact that like all the children of the murdered superstar are cast in a movie about them. Also, anyone else find it hilarious how the second AQUA's name is mentioned? Akane just stops dead in her track. Okay, well, what we doing then? What we doing? What we doing? What we doing then?
台
Let's
本
go.
もらってないから役って言われてもわからない。私ももらってない。
ああ、そっか。さすがにオファーが来てない段階の人に台本見せるわけにはいかないから。じゃあ、なんとなく私がテーマを決めるから、それに応じてエチュードする感じでどう？
それでいいよ。
じゃあやろっか。テーマは嘘つき。 まず私がやってみせるからどう演じるか考えてて。1番知らぬいフリル嘘つきやります。うわー、狼が来たぞー、狼が来たぞー、狼が来たぞー。ちぇ、最近は誰も信じてくれなくなったな。みんなに構ってほしいな。
The boy who cried
欲
wolf.
しいな。どうしたらいいんだろう。そうだ、本当のことを言えばみんな構ってくれるのかな。狼が来てないぞ。すると猟銃を持った男衆が村中から集まってきて、狼少年はまたこっぴどく叱られましたとさ。ドット払い。え、小話？コメディエンヌ適性がうっかりにじみ出た。みんなは別にオチなんて。
Oh yeah, that was a comedy skit. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha, that was well funny. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Alright, well, my feelings on Frill have not really changed, but I do feel confused.
コメディエンヌ適性がうっかりにじみ出た。
She went
みんなは
literal,
別
the
に
boy
オ
who
チなん
cried
てつけ
wolf.
なくていいよ。自由にやって。
That was a joke? That was a punchline? And then he died. Ha ha!
というわけで、私はそこそこだけど演技ができる。黒川さんほどじゃないけどね。でも私にしか出せない魅力があると思うので、そのあたりも感情に入れ
What,
てほしいから。
deadpan?
演技が上手ければいい
We're
役
nearing the
者
end of the episode, a
と
little
い
bit
うわけ
worried,
ではない
man. How the hell is this gonna wrap up?
思
And
わ
we're
ず
not gonna
注
find
視
anything
し
about
て
that
しまう
graveyard
何
meme.
かけれみがこの人にはある。それは役者としての大きな武器だ。
Very true.
じゃあ次はルビーの番。
もしこれが普通のオーディションだったらルビーちゃんは勝てない。それでも彼女がここにいる理由、この役は、この映画は。
ねえルビー、ルビーにとって嘘とはどういうもの？
Oh, what a nice bullshit ending that was. Great, cool. Great, cool. Any after credits or anything? Nah, nice. Alright, cool. Cool. This isn't one I'm like angry about. Like, I'm not gonna be like screaming and get annoyed that it's not like some giant cliffhanger like we've had quite significantly, I would say. Why is my headphones not turning off? This is what I'm doing. There you go, turned off. This is my last recording video of the day, so but just a little look behind the curtain. Whenever I hold them up to my ear, if you see that in a reaction, it's because I'm turning them off and I'm waiting for it to say power off. And I only ever do that on my last recording of the day, and this is my last recording of the day. There's no more videos to record today. Yeah, I'm curious with Ruby here because lying is her life, and we saw that in her facial expressions as well there. Where we saw her one eye shift to the glistening superstar that is Ruby, the other one shift to the liar, the life of lying. Now, what her acting is going to be like, I imagine she's going to crush this. But I would also presume AQUA is going to crush this. Now, we don't have an ending like we've had the last couple of things. It's not like some crazy cliffhanger. It's just a very well done episode. But it sets up a lot. First thing that it's set up is the random meeting with the girl under the tree. The crow lady is back. Now, what that crow woman thing is gonna... It has to do with anything? I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait till next episode. My presumption is that's quite a big thing because they haven't shown it. And we're nearing the end of this season. So it's gonna be something that's gonna linger on, I would guess. And then, on top of that, we also have this movie. Now, we have two people fighting heads, but they're going to not really have much of a say if people step out. If everyone turns down the offer other than one person, I wonder if this is something that happens in Hollywood or in movies in general. I wonder if you see this with other actors, if actors call each other up and turn down roles. I wonder how many times that's happened and we just have no idea about it. Where you hear about an actor being offered a role and they turn it down, but they're not turning it down because they don't want it, they're turning it down because they want to give it to someone else. Let's just say you had a couple of friends in Hollywood and you wanted to support some of them. Maybe they were struggling. Maybe you had a couple of other offers and they didn't have any. You would probably do something similar to help your friends, right? That is interesting. I never thought about that. I do wonder what Frill's goal here is. Because I assumed that it was going to be like a pride thing, that was the main goal. But Frill said that is true, that she wants to feel proud and like she earned this role. She doesn't want it just given to her. But she said that was part of it. And AQUA was able to sniff out some sort of deception the second she walked in there. What the other part is, we weren't told, and we don't know. But there's something else that motivated Frill to take this meeting, to take this audition. There was something else. Is she going to give it her all? Is she really going to try to win? Perhaps. Or maybe she doesn't want to have the role. Maybe she wants someone else to. And if that is the case, why? There is a lot of moving parts here. The other thing I'm not 100% sure about is whether or not Ruby wants it. Because Ruby seems bizarrely emotionally detached. For someone as calculated and clever as she is, I find it hard to believe that she would just be going with the flow here. She must have her own motives and plan at work. I doubt it's all just accidental, but we haven't really heard much about Ruby's motives in a while. So I am curious what her goal is here. And if Ruby wins, then apparently she's going to be acting alongside AQUA. And I don't know what that looks like. And again, if AQUA doesn't win, then I feel like AQUA's just been written out of this anime. Because AQUA no longer has any significant roles. Unless she decides to go rogue and just become a murderous killer. She's gone, as far as I'm concerned. I don't reckon we'll be seeing... Because she has no strong attachments to anyone in the main story after this. So that's why I would think she'd win. Because she's a main character, and she showed up at the last minute. And if she doesn't win, then what the heck is AQUA's story? And everyone who's fans of AQUA is like, hey, we just say goodbye to her like this? I mean, the goodbye was quite fitting, so perhaps. But I don't feel like they'd bring her back just to say goodbye again. We'll have to see. Plus, just because they don't get the main role doesn't mean they won't be in the movie. So they could still be working alongside each other, which is a good point as well. I guess we'll just have to wait and see how this all unfolds. I'm very curious how this is all going to wrap up. More than anything right now, I cannot wait to see what the Crow woman has to say to AQUA. That is the number one thing I wanted to know. The fact that we were teased with it but didn't get any answers, pretty frustrating. And I wonder how that's going to shape things. And I wonder what time that happened. Like the timeline of events. I guess we'll see. Because if it has already happened, then it doesn't seem to have affected AQUA much. So I guess we'll see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed my reaction. A bit more of a chilled episode, but it definitely feels like it set up some big moments. And they haven't found the body of the girl yet. Like, subscribe, and I guess I'll see you guys next week for some more Oshi No Ko. As always, my friends, you will see me in the next video.